What's up guys, the time has arrived. An Unreal Engine plugin just came out that allows you to create a complete game entirely with AI, but not just adding some assets into the level or generating a 3D model like some plugins could do in the past. This one is fully capable of creating complete blueprints, behavior trees, state trees, widgets and UIs, PCGs, motion matching, retargeting, meta sounds, C++, control rig, animation blueprints, materials, and much more. This is by far the most advanced AI plugin for Unreal Engine that has been ever created. And this is not just an AI assistant, this is an entire AI stack for Unreal Engine. So let's jump in and see how we can use AI inside Unreal Engine. Alright, so once you have the plugin enabled, you simply need to go up into Window, scroll down, and you will see this agent chat. So when you open this up, you'll see that it's literally just a chat box where you can talk to the Unreal Engine AI, and this is where the magic happens. This is where you prompt and you say create this, this, and that, and it will do it for you. It is absolutely amazing. So first things first, let's go ahead and place this agent chat in a nicer place, for example right over here, so we can still work in the viewport while we prompt the AI. And basically what you need to do is connect this plugin with your API key. In this case, you can do it for Claude Code, but you can, on top of that, use Gemini, OpenAI, Cursor, whatever you want. This is really easy to do. And in this case, I recommend to use Claude Code because it has this model called Opus 4.5, which is the best one in the whole planet to code apps, games, and whatever that is, software in general. So let's go to the prompt and let's start with something very simple. I'm gonna ask the Unreal Engine plugin to make sure that the player ragdolls, okay, so he will just fall to the ground with physics when I press the E key, for example. So I'm gonna say edit the third person character blueprint so that when I press the key E, the player mesh ragdolls. And that's it. So let's see what happens. Right now, Claude Code will begin to basically add the functionality into our third person character so we can ragdoll to the ground. And one thing that I want to make sure that we are on is on Opus 4.5, which is this model that is so good to make games. As you can see right now, the plugin is working, is reading the asset of the third person character blueprint, and is now finding the nodes, it's searching for the keyboard input, and is adding it when we press the E key, and this and that, and yeah, it's doing all the work for us. We literally don't have to do anything. And so there we go, it actually added the ragdoll functionality into our third person character. So now it actually explains what we need to do. So simply press play, press the E key, and it will work. So let me press play, press E, and the character goes ahead and ragdolls. How cool is this? So if I go and open up the third person character and I zoom out, you will see the code that actually the AI created. And this is blueprints. So yeah, this AI can create advanced blueprints like I mentioned in the intro, and this is by far the best thing that I've seen. So when we press E, we simulate the physics on our mesh, we set the collision to be Aquarian physics so that it works correctly, and it even disabled the movement so that we cannot move anymore because we're dead, which is how ragdoll should work. And I did not tell this to the plugin, which is absolutely amazing, so I'm super happy with this. And yeah, it's working. Amazing. But you see, this AI plugin is not only limited to blueprints, like I already mentioned. It can do behavior trees, meta sounds, it can do materials, whatever we want. So let's go ahead and ask it to basically create a meta sound asset that will randomly change the pitch of a sound that we play. So for example, you have basically a punch sound, right? And this is very repetitive. We could use meta sounds to make it random each time that you actually, play the sound, and it will look natural, like if you had a combination of 300, variants of the same sound, and it just, it's just better quality. So we can do this with this AI plugin as well. They're gonna go right here and create a new conversation on the agent chat, and they're gonna go right here and say, create a meta sound to play a sound with a random pitch every time so it sounds different. And just send this prompt over here. And I was going ahead and creating the mess sound that will play a sound with a random page duration, and it's doing everything that needs. As you can see, it just did something, it like created a folder or something like that, and there we go. It's opening the actual meta sound file, and right now it's gonna be adding all the nodes that we need. And like as you see, I'm literally not touching the keyboard. The AI plugin inside of Unreal Engine is doing everything. So this is actually so fun to see. It's actually saving, it's doing everything. So let's see. And there we go, it actually created the meta sound. As you can see, we have it over here. I did not do absolutely anything. This is amazing. And yeah, obviously, as you can see, the cables are a bit, mixed, but the logic works. It's just like the, placement of the nodes that looks a bit off. But if we put, for example, this right here, right? And you just put this here, it should be perfectly fine. And on top of that, we can simply select the wave asset. So for example, this camera shutter, right? Let's make sure that you guys hear it. So I'm gonna go ahead and press play, and it plays differently every time so that it feels unique, as if we had 100 of this camera shutter files, and it's just more quality if you're playing it repeatedly on the game. So there we go. The AI also made meta sound. So far it made a blueprint and meta sound, but I want to show you a couple more things for this plugin. Let's go ahead and create a complete behavior tree so that we can have enemy AIs in our game. So once again, I'm gonna go right here into the agent chat and create a new conversation with Cloud Code, and I'm gonna ask it to create a behavior tree for an enemy that will patrol around, see the player, and chase the player, and send. And now let's see what it comes up with. And of course you can have typos, because the AI is super intelligent, and it will really know what you're trying to say. And on top of that, you might see every so often that you need to allow permissions for certain code to update. Now you can skip this if you go and change the select mode into overpass, but in this case it works. We can just click allow and the AI will just work. Okay, so it actually created the blackboard and behavioral tree, and it even created like a little diagram with text where we can see that we have different sections for our behavior tree, and it even explained how it works. So this selector tries to chase the branch. If target actor, which is the player, is detected, it would chase the player. If not, it would just patrol, etc, etc. And it even asks us if we want the AI to create the controller so that we can actually press play and see it with a character. But first, let's actually check out the behavior tree that it did. So we have a new folder with the blackboard and a behavior tree. So first we have the blackboard with all of the keys like target actor, patrol location, and has line of sight. This is amazing. And then on top of this, we even have the behavior tree. Look at this right here. We have the two sequences, right? The chase and patrol. And we have the blackboard over here to check, in what condition do we go. So literally perfect. Now, yes, we want to go ahead and say, okay, yes, continue creating the AI controller. And now it will go ahead and create the AI controller, which is basically a type of asset that we need in order to run the behavior tree. And lastly, I will ask it to go ahead and create the AI character blueprint so that we can place it in the level and we can check it out and see how it works. And again, every so often it might ask you to allow permissions. Again, you can bypass this depending on the mode that you have selected, but it's okay. You can just click allow and that's it. That's also very fast. And one thing that I want to show you guys is that it even displays the tasks and how far in the actual progression the AI is actually on. And we can see that I already created the AI controller blueprint and added the AI perception, which is to see the player and things on the level, and now setting up the behavior tree reference, and it has some more things to do. And there we go. So you can see it's opening the asset, this AI controller. So yeah, I'm gonna just leave it to work. Okay, in a couple minutes should be done. And there we go. It actually went ahead and basically created the AI controller that we need. And if you scroll down, you see we got another question. Would you like me to configure the AI perception side settings or create a new enemy pawn blueprint to use this controller? And this is exactly what we want. Yes, create an enemy pawn blueprint to use this controller. And this is basically the final step that we need in order to check, if we want this enemy AI. So you can see it's already doing things. It just created a BP enemy, which is amazing. And of course, I would have written approximately, 0 blueprints and 0 behavioral trees, which is absolutely amazing. And now let's go ahead and also create a PTG graph so that we can actually go ahead and literally, make a whole forest. I'm gonna go to the agent chat, create a new conversation, and let's say just create a PTG graph to make a dense forest of trees, but keeping enough space in between to walk with the player. And then with that said, let's click on send, and it will now create a PCG graph to create a literal forest. And there we go, I actually did the PCG, and we can see that it will use a surface sampler and it will spawn some static meshes. And we can take a look over here and we see that it even added a couple of trees from a pack that I imported, and I did not tell it to use it, but it's using it. So literally I could go right now and create a new level, right? And let's just do open world. So we have a landscape, and I'm gonna go to PCG and just drag it in, and then we should be able to load it in. So click on generate. Now the thing is that it doesn't work because we need basically a landscape data node, because as you can see this is not plugged into anything. So right over here say great, just add the surface sampler to a landscape data node, and that's it. It should go ahead and fix it for us so that it can actually use it. There we go, it just worked. As you can see, it actually fucking worked. Oh my god, it looks insane. We have even a forest. Oh my god. Guys, it did everything. Let's go, we can just put this as forest. So if you want to go ahead and check out the plugin, I will link it in the description. It's available on Fab, and it is from my friends at Beat Studio. As you might know, they're literally the masters of creating Unreal Engine plugins. They have created one of the most famous plugins for Unreal Engine, like the EIK integration kit to add multiplayer into your Unreal Engine games, and many more. I've made a lot of videos covering their plugins, and we're good friends even in real life, which is amazing. So let me know if you want to see more videos using this plugin Neo AI in order to make your games, and let me know in the comments what exactly you want to see. And now, yes, with that said, bye bye.